What is up, everyone? Kyle here. We are back. Been a while since I've done a video. As you guys can see behind me is a new 2024 GMC 2500 AT4X. Got rid of the Ranger. Got this. As you guys know, I had some, complaints about the Ranger, and this settles almost all of them, if not all of them. But let's do a walk around. This thing I've had it for a while. It's got about 6,400 miles on it, but let's do a walk around, take a look at it, look at that thing. As I said, 6,400 miles. We'll start with the exterior. It's dirty because obviously I am driving this thing. The black painted bumper, red recovery hooks, AT4X in the grill with the Vader chrome. Headlights, you guys saw the walk up animation. I'll do that again. .35-inch tires with, of course, the DSSV spool valve suspension, giving this thing massive clearance. We'll get underneath that, look at that. Other than the diff, this thing has just a huge amount of ground clearance. Steps, obviously these power. We'll get to the interior in a little bit, but look at this. Continuing with the back, little side step to reach for us short people getting to the bed. DSSV spool valve on the other side, you'll be able to see it. Steps with grip here for you to be able to get in. Black painted bumper again on the rear. So for those of you that don't know, this is 2.5 inches. So a normal 2-inch hitch will not work. You gotta get a 2.5 inch. But we'll turn around this side, and there you can see the Multimatic DSSV right there. Of course, come around to the back. Got their multi-pro tailgate, which you can also do from the key right there. Double click opens up the tailgate as well. Little handle to help you climb in. Plenty of tie downs, and obviously you can buy more there for those spaces. But lights come standard, AT4X comes standard, and then you press the top one and it all folds down. In the back is a kicker sound system, which does come standard on the AT4X and gives out quite a bit of sound as well. Getting warm, but as you guys can see, this is in thunderstorm gray. So I'm just standing here in the garage in the shade. Thunderstorm gray. I do have the windows tinted, so those aren't standard, but as you can see, this truck just looks absolutely amazing. So I went ahead and pulled it into the garage because it is hot. As you can see, I'm sweating, so let's get out of the shade. As you can see, compared to the wife's Kia, huge, but animation. But we'll look at this animation here. As you can see, double lights. And then lights come on, go to the top, and then the ambers on the side. You can see all LEDs, LEDs, and then the ambers up there, and in the lights as well. We have lights pointing forward on these, and then pointing towards the rear as well for, looking down the side for trailers and stuff like that. Bed space is a 6.7 foot bed, so plenty of room to put, piece of plywood, stuff like that, with this folding up. So as you can see, I've done it before. Or if you just pop this up, you can easily do a piece of plywood, 2x4, and it catches, which is very, very nice. Put that back up. Like I said, dirty. I am using this thing. But safety-wise, obviously, it has blind spot, front and rear parking sensors, no lane keep, lane warning, like departure warning assist, but no lane keep, nothing like that. That is a little disappointing, but it is a big truck, so it would be going off all the time if that was the case. I will say with a single bay garage, I have to close the mirrors to get it in because it's too wide. The door isn't big enough. But let's jump inside now Get a beautiful animation as you climb up in. AT4X, I'll try to get both of these because you can see the AT4X. Let me shut the door. Yep, there it comes on. Mount Denali, and then it continues on to this side where it says GMC. You get the AT4X there, and we'll turn this thing on. So I have had it for a while. So I have had this thing for a while. As you can see, I cut the video cut because it automatically went to Apple CarPlay. It is wireless in this vehicle, which is really, really nice. Trailering settings. Gives you trip, average. The map, obviously, this is a little disappointing. You have to shop just to get the basic map stuff. We'll dismiss it and see nothing has been pulling up since my subscription expired, which that's a little annoying. Music, as you can see, we'll go to this. This is all different. Sirius. Podcast is really nice. However, right after I got this truck, Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts app changed. Now I just go through YouTube. But we'll go back to the main screen. Audio, maps, Play Store. On this side, front and rear, front windows, rear windows, has memory settings as well. And then, you know, child lock, mirrors in and out. So if you press this middle button here, obviously the mirrors go out for the tow mirrors. Push it back and then they come back in. And then obviously to bring the mirrors in and out there. Parking brake. This, people coming from, you know, a Ford, this is a little different for me. Over here is your modes and everything. Well, Ford will put it right here, which is more, I think, intuitive. But mode, trailer, I've gotten used to it. Mode, trailer mode right here. This vehicle just comes with 2 modes, off-road and normal, and that's all you get. Well, tow mode, but it is not like a different mode. Auto, 2 high, 4 low, 4 high, and here's all the lights, the cab lights. Let's see, as you can see, they came on there. And then it'll be too dark, but I don't think you'll be able to see. Yeah, you can't see them. I can barely see it. Yeah, you can see it there, just barely. But that's how you, this one is how you turn on those front-facing lights as well. Your lights here, fog light button. GMC steering wheel, pretty nice, pretty simplistic, not too much going on, but all your information can be seen on this. The reason why, obviously, tons of pages, everything you can need. It does have a heads-up display. You can barely, oh, there you can see it. Heads-up display moves and everything. So you can have mile per hour with the Google subscription right here. It would tell you what the speed limit is, but without the Google subscription, you don't get that. So just straight mile an hour, how far, following distance to the car in front of you, maps, but I like the off-road status. So I'm gonna go back here. Obviously just tons of screens, and this whole screen is 100% configurable. So to get to it, you just press these buttons side by side here. Obviously information, music, if you were playing anything, this would be your map, navigation, recent pages, and then this settings is where you get a display layout. Obviously classic, progressive, digital, and clean. This is all just overall look of the gauges. Digital, and then clean. As you can see, it gets to be less and less on the screen as you do it. I like classic just because it gives me the most amount of information while I'm driving. We will go back. Left side, that can be changed. Right side, that can be changed lower. You can see it's highlighted. Information pages, just what's selectable, unit, speed warning, heads-up display, software, and default. So yeah, the right and left side are all going to be the same, but drive modes, compass, But drive modes, compass, as you can see, gives you everything. So let's go back to what it was. Let's see, trans temp, tire pressure. This is the stuff I like. Now going back to this screen, they did include actual buttons. As you can see, exhaust brake is missing. It would go here, but with it being an AT4X, you do get the locking rear differential and the hill descend control, which is really, really nice. Obviously, rear tailgate you can lower from here. Got actual buttons for everything. These look really, really nice. And one thing about GM, they like you can do heated just the back or back and legs if it's really cold. And obviously the cooled seats. Go back up here, look at cameras. This has a ton of views. Each has multiple. This is the section I like. And then rear, front, and that will switch. We have nose or right over the rear. Sides, these for some reason are a little bit blurry. You can especially see it there, but you can see down the whole sides, or you can see, you know, the front wheels. Obviously, for hitch lineup, that is really, really nice if you're trying to back it up to a hitch. And then we have just the front or the front and the rear. And if you hit this little arrow over here, it gives you a back, which lets you see and the bed, making sure nothing fly away. And then you can hit the plus and zoom in to really look at something. Now, if you can, with this vehicle, you can set up multiple cameras. If you look here, trailer cameras, more trailer cameras, trailer cameras. So you can set up all these different trailer cameras, and that actually has a backup feature as well. You can see there. So you can set up all these other trailer cameras, which you can do from the trailering app there. Lights, not connected to the trailer, and this is where you connect all the other cameras that will show up on that main screen. And then with the home button, there is a home button there as well. A physical button that lets you press it to get back. Plenty of room, this thing. 2 USB chargers, cup holders. This is a place to put your keys or whatever. Trailer brake with gain control. Lots of room here in the center console. As you can see, it is deep and illuminated, so plenty of room for everything. 2 more USB chargers there, and this is where the wireless charger is, which when it's flat, the phone just slips in right into there. The one issue that I have found with this vehicle, so we'll start it back up, is when you're in reverse, especially for me, you can see, like right here is eye level for me. Camera covers it. That covers the cameras a little bit, so I have to lean over just a little bit to be able to see. Nuance, yes, but not the end of the world, because when you're sitting here, look over, can't quite see it. So yeah, not the end of the world by any means. But stepping out, power steps, and they actually do have a light on it. You can see it here, light underneath to illuminate for the puddles. It is very, very nice interior. I can see Bose speakers with soft touch leather up here as well. This is plastic, but most people aren't going to encounter that. Like the grab rails and things that people do encounter are very, very nice. I love the red stitching here and also on the steering wheel as well. Not on the seats. Well, there's red stitching here on the seats, which we'll get to them in a little bit. But then this little pattern here, and this is actually real wood up here, which is super nice. But now moving to the other parts of the interior, weather floor mats. There is carpet here, which I removed. You can see if we jump to the back, you can see that there's carpet in the center, but I removed the carpet because obviously getting dirty. The seats are super, super nice. These bolstering here you can adjust, and obviously they are massaging seats as well. But white piping, which you can see it will get dirty, that's just how it is. White stitching, and of course the AT4X actually on the seats. Alcantara headliner with a sunroof, just a little sunroof, not the full one like you see some other people, but I never really use a sunroof anyway, so that's fine. Jumping to the back here, grab rails as well in leather, more seat piping with the white all the way around, storage, cup holders for the people in the rear, and there is some here as well. See, it folds down. Pop that back up. And then 2 USB chargers here and heated seats in the rear. Got the rear doors. You can see red stitching as well. White stitching. Bows on the back. It is a folding rear seat. So obviously, this is why I really like this truck. Car seat goes in the back. Still fold this up and put larger items here. And there's a little storage area underneath. But it does come with an adapter for the hitch, because obviously that is a 2.5-inch hitch. This helps you get to a 2-inch in case those are all you have. But yeah, this is really nice. And it just folds back down. On both sides, it has this hidden compartment here. White piping on the headrest as well. So this button here is how you adjust the massaging seats, and you can adjust things as well with this knob also. So we'll jump up in here and see massage. So there's roll, 0 to 3, need, wave, relief. It shows you how it works there as well. Roll, 1, 2, 3. And then if you go push the little knob forward, upper shoulders, you can adjust it there. Lumbar, adjust it there. Back bolstering, the sides, and then you go back to massage. And then you just press that circle button and it stops. It has to be adjusted through the dials on the side of your seat. That's the only way to adjust them. If you can't, obviously, if you click here, it doesn't let you. So you have to adjust it through the side, and then when you're adjusting it, you have no access to anything else until you're done. Not the end of the world, but some people might call that a little bit of a nuisance. Now, we'll get to the hood. All 2500s, especially the AT4Xs, actually I don't know about all 2500s, but all AT4Xs come with an Allison transmission, which a lot of people absolutely love. It is a great transmission, super smooth. We'll pop it up. As you guys can see, this is a 6.6 gas motor. It comes with different areas to put different other batteries, stuff like that. Now, I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for it being a 6.6 gas. Yep, heavy duty 6.6 gas, Allison's transmission. Now, the reason why I wanted to do this is because when it comes to an AT4X, you don't get much more going to a diesel. Now, MSRP on a gas motor, AT4X, act like this, $85,000. MSRP, if you had the diesel, $95,000. Now, it's not even an AEV package. That adds an extra $10,000, making MSRP $105,000 for these vehicles. 104, it's like 9 something, but let's just round up. Now, the AEV package does come with that nice the steel front bumper, which I like the front bumper. I did not like the wheels on the AEV package, and I did not like the interior features, which on the headrest, and a lot of you guys have probably seen with AEV being out for a while. The headrest at AEV, there are some stamped steel skid plates underneath, more than this one has, which would be nice, but the rear bumper doesn't really do it to me. The only reason I liked it was the front bumper. Now, seeing this in person, I actually do really like this front bumper because they incorporate the red, which red on the AT4 right before the X. I think it kind of plays into everything just a little bit. And I do really like this front bumper, seeing it in person. Now, the problem about this truck is it is a little tall for someone of my size, but that's just how it is. Obviously, the diesel, you'll have a little bit better gas mileage towing, but the reason why I went with the gas motor, one was because great discounts on it, but mainly because you don't get much more going diesel with the AT4X. Here's why. So on GMC's, they give you a little card right there, which shows towing capacities. Now, these towing capacities that shows right here on the driver's side door. Okay, guys, sorry about that. If you notice a sudden change in quality, while I was filming, my phone died. So I started charging it, got it working again, and it said storage full. So we'll deal with that later. Working with my GoPro, and we'll just see how this works, which this GoPro I'm going to be using with my other channel, we'll rewind a little bit. Why I have been not making videos and stuff like this, and why it took me so long to make a video for this, is because I've been doing a hunting channel with my dad, and we've been working on that, and just been having fun. I haven't really been thinking about this, but let's get back to this. Okay, let's get back to this thing. We'll open it up. As you can see right there is the door card. So GMC, especially the AT4X, because of the off-road suspension, you don't get very much with going diesel. Now, these are the stats from this vehicle, AT4X, with a diesel. Gooseneck towing, 18,000. Conventional towing, 18,000. Payload, I believe, is 2,400, 2,200, somewhere around there with, you know, the AEV package. Doesn't really change much with the diesel. If you go AEV, non-AEV, payload's a little bit more, but it's about 2,200 with the diesel. Now, if we switch it around here, let's look at this. So let's jump in here. Conventional towing, 16,000. Gooseneck towing, 18,000. So we're the same there. But right here is the biggest difference. Max payload, almost 3,200 pounds. Almost 1,000 pounds more you can throw in the bed. So yes, everyone knows you can overload it too, but you're not supposed to. So we're gonna go as if you're not going to overload it because you're not supposed to. So with just those numbers there, gooseneck, the same on this truck. Conventional is 2,000 pounds less. So I've never towed more than 10,000 pounds. Don't think I'll ever need to, but being able to is nice. So it's not something I specifically need. Now, what I do is I throw a ton of stuff in the bed. Sand, grass seed bags, all this kind of stuff I'm throwing in the bed when I'm working around this house, especially this new house, you know, rocks, stuff like that. So I really need to be able to throw a lot in the bed and not worry about it. So the gas motor will allow you to throw 1,000 pounds more in the bed without being over its max, which to me, all the hunting trips I go on, if you guys look at the other videos, me and my dad are really going to hit it a lot harder this year with the hunting videos. So throwing stuff in the bed, we gotta make sure we have gas because we're gonna be in some areas to where we're gonna be out in the middle of nowhere. Gotta have water for us and the dogs. All that stuff weighs a lot. And if you guys saw with the Ranger and then the Raptor, it liked to squat with just a little bit of weight. This will handle it, no problem. But yeah, that's why we went with a heavy duty, to be able to throw gas, because you can see gas cans all have filled up, water tanks will have filled up, and those weigh a ton. But I didn't need the diesel. So yes, while I know I'll get a lot of hate for buying a gas heavy duty truck, the 1,000 pounds more in the bed, the 10,000 you save by buying it, to me, it just seemed like a no-brainer. Yes, you'll waste more gas because you'll get worse gas mileage, but over the life of the truck, it honestly will not equate to that much unless you're towing all the time, which then, yes, get a diesel. But if you're not towing, I believe this is perfect for what I'm going to use it for. Let's not forget, this is a off-road truck. And one thing a lot of people saw, as you can see off-road very clearly, with the tire and stuff, a lot of people with videos came out, off-road tested the diesel version. And what they always say about the diesel version, yes, it created 975 pound-feet of torque, but off-roading, they said they were always going gas to brake because they had to get in to the boost to go anywhere, and then they're almost on the brake. You know, so they said a lot of people use the words unmanageable on trails, which is not something that you want when you're testing a $100,000 truck on some trails out in the middle of nowhere. You want to have as much confidence as you can off-roading. So that is one thing that GMC did. They put the gas motor does have a lot of low-end torque. It is geared a little bit differently. You feel it down low, but I've already off-roaded this thing a little bit. Nothing crazy, just little trails here and there. And it's super manageable to use off-road and very, very confident inspiring, especially with all the cameras in a vehicle this big. Yeah, around the back here, obviously camera, internal camera, external camera you can hook up right there, obviously there. Now, I did not go with a gooseneck because I have never towed a gooseneck and will never tow a gooseneck, but underneath this tough bed, which comes standard, you basically just drill through it and you're fine. Lights here, this is where if you had a gooseneck, it would be attached to there. They just cover it up. As you can see, I didn't do anything with that. So let's wrap this all up. Overall, 6,400 miles on this truck, and I absolutely love it. No complaints about it. Little things here and there, which I said, you know, might be little annoyances, but not complaints like what I had with the Ranger or anything like that. I really am enjoying driving this thing. And you can see, it's a big truck, but it can do anything you want with it. Man, it looks so big in this garage spot. This is a huge garage too. It makes it look just massive. So yeah, I'm gonna still do videos on this channel here and there, but what I'm going to do, I'm mainly gonna focus on the other channel. So if you guys want, jump over there. I'll link it in the description below. In the hunting channel, you guys will see this truck actually in action, and I think that will show a lot of what I'm actually using this truck for and why I bought it. As you can see, this color, Thunderstorm Gray, just looks fantastic. And even though it doesn't have the steel rear bumper, I think the painted bumper does look really, really nice. You can see a ton of ground clearance underneath and a full-size spare. As you can see, full-size spare, which is really nice. So yeah, jump over to the other channel, see what we put this truck through. I'm still gonna do things here and there, but right now, there's just not much I really can do because I can't do a weekly review of the truck. I can just do little reviews here and there. Did just take it in for its first oil change, 6,400 miles, which probably should have done that sooner, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, absolutely love this thing. Absolutely love just what it's capable of doing and what I've done with it so far. I'll go for now. Hope you all enjoyed the video. I'll see y'all soon.